Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Super here and welcome to another Injustice 2 video, and today we're going to be doing a breakdown, a little tutorial on Robin. Pretty much the basics of the character and some combos, what you want to be doing with him, etc, etc. So first off, just want to say that Robin is a rushdown character. He's a pressure character. He's a mixed character. He has overhead lows. He has setups with his trait, all that good stuff. He does struggle with zoning. He struggles getting in. But let's talk a little bit about his strengths. Just wanted to go over like his negatives real quick because a lot of people like Robin, including myself. He's a really flashy character. You know, he has cool combos with his trait. You could get some really cool stuff, which I'll show you guys. And he has really good range, really good spacing with his sword. Some of the best range in the game, other than like Scarecrow, characters like that. Definitely outrange him, but his sword gives him, a big advantage over some of the characters in the cast when it comes to, buttons. He doesn't have the fastest ones, but his range is definitely really good. So let's go over some of his basic moves. He does have a standing one, which is 7 frames, which is probably going to be your best punish other than down 1. He does have down 1 too, which is an actual combo string that connects into, his sword. So if you have a tight window, definitely punish with down 1, but you could also punish with 1 2. Same thing. Now go into that or go into this. So those are going to be your best punishes right there. He also has let's see, back 1 is going to be your ender. So this is a really good mid that has a ton of range. It goes into back 1 2, which is this 3 hitting sword attack, and it's probably going to be your best ender because it connects to that, and it sort of like softens the opponent's landing. As you guys see, like the sword, whenever he does the circular motion, it actually makes them go up a little bit, like softens the landing. So anytime that you do something like this, you're gonna want to finish with back 1 2, because it's gonna be your best way to end the combo. Because if you try to end it with something like this, the opponent's gonna fall out, or even sometimes this move right here, which is really good, the opponent falls out because it doesn't have the properties of like softening your opponent's landing the way this one does. Now there's some instances where you're going to want to do something else to finish, maybe this, because there's going to be like way too much gravity used, and even this won't be able to hold your opponent. So sometimes you're going to want to use this. I'll show you guys some instances where you're going to want to use that. Let's move on here. Stand 2, which one's this one? Okay, so stand 2 is interesting. Now, this move has a lot of range. It's his most damaging combo. So if you get your opponent with this, that's actually, well, I didn't finish it, but this is actually the best combo ender for Robin. The best combo starter, I should say. It does like the most damage. Okay, Robin. Acting funky now. As you guys see, that's his best combo starter. It gives him the most damage compared to something like this, or even something like this. And since this has good range, it's a good way to space your opponent out. And it is a mid, as you guys see. So it is 13 frames. You're not going to want to punish with this. You're going to want to punish with that or this. But this is definitely something to, let's just say, Superman does forward 2-1 or forward 2-3, and you actually space it correctly, you could actually punish him with this and go into your combo. So that's definitely something that you guys should be aware of. Same thing with this one. Now this one reminds me of the Predator back 2 from Mortal Kombat X. It has so much range. It's like way further than character range. It's like almost 2 character length. It's so good because it goes into back 2-1, which actually gets Robin closer to the opponent, so you could combo into that. Not optimized combo, but there you go. If you guys are having problems with connecting back 3, you could always do something like this. Jump 2, back 1 2, and do that. it doesn't do that much less damage, and it's better than dropping this because believe me, even you guys have seen my Robin gameplay, even I dropped this, and a lot of people are dropping this at the moment because the game is brand new. Once we get more time with the game, getting adjusted to, you know, the flip timing and getting the back 3 every single time, if you guys don't want to drop the combo, you could easily just do a jump 2, back 1 2, and you know, it's like 5% less damage. So just a little tip there for you guys who are struggling getting the back 3. Even I am gonna start using that if I'm like dropping it too much, because that's free damage you're leaving on the table right there. So like I mentioned, back to 1, really good for space control. Now let's move on to his overhead. Now Robin does have an overhead low string, which is forward 2, down 3. This move right here, and a lot of people are getting caught by it. Like a lot of people are getting caught by the overhead low. And the interesting thing is he has a different variation of that combo string, which is actually safe. Now if you do this by itself, it's unsafe. Obviously you can cancel into that, but this is unsafe as well. I don't think Robin has a way to make a string safe. He could do this and then meter burn on block, and that's safe, but the opponent could actually poke out of the meter burn part. Like before he does that flip on block, Superman could actually backdash it. He could poke you out of it. So you have to be very careful with Robin and committing to the flip, because there's no way for Robin to make his string safe. Now he could try to gimmick you out with that. You know, it definitely could work. Oh, I forgot. So forward 2, you know, this overhead string, it goes into the low. It goes into forward 2 1, which is a mid. This string is -5 on block, so it's safe. And it's very easy to hit confirm into the sword. You know, if you see it hit confirm. If your opponent blocks it, then you don't do anything. And the cool thing is that it goes into a meterless launcher for Robin. So forward 2 1, back 2, bam, goes into meterless launcher, and that does almost 30%. That's pretty good damage. And not only that, but you could actually set up for your trait. So 2-1-2 is actually a hard knockdown. This right here, it's a hard knockdown. Your opponent cannot tech roll out of it. Roll mode is on. It was already on. So I'll show you guys an example of what I mean by hard knockdown. As you guys see, my opponent rolled out of that attack. That means it's not a hard knockdown. Your opponent could roll out of it. But this one, he stays on the ground just in place. That's what a hard knockdown is. So you could set up for, you know, your trait stuff like that. Start trying to trick your opponent. So we'll get into the trait stuff a little bit later, but it's definitely important to know. I forgot to mention it. This is a hard knockdown, so you could start your trait shenanigans there. But it's another good option to end your combo with. Instead of, you know, ending it in an actual like damaging combo way, you could go forward 2 1, back 2, 2 1 2 into trait, and then, you know, start doing anything you want after that. All right, now that we got the combo strings and normals out of the way, let's talk about his special moves. He has a couple actually. So the first one and most important one is the flip. This one right here is gonna be your main bread and butter combo starter. If you don't get someone with your meterless launcher, the only other way to get a combo with Robin is to, obviously, if you do a, you know, meter burn back 3 or forward 3 in this combo, and his flip. Meter burn it. Boom. Then I didn't even finish the combo because I wanted to do the statue bounce or interactable bounce. But this is, you could hit confirm it off of anything. You know, back 1 2, back 2 1. Forward 2 3. This one's a little bit harder to hit confirm it. Forward 2 1. You know, all these combo strings could go into your flip, and it does a lot of damage. Like even 1 2, even stand 1 2. Let's see. Yeah, even stand 1 2, which is like the light punch. A lot of times when moves start off with light punches, they do less damage. So even that did almost 40%. So anytime that you touch your opponent and you punish him, you're actually going to be getting a ton of damage. Moving on to his combo ender. Now you could end this combo with this, you know, it's no problem. But a lot of times people are ending the combo in this move right here, the slash, because the slash actually leaves you in a restand situation in the perfect range that Robin wants to be in, which is around this range. You know, it's perfect for that. And you could actually cancel the run at any time. It goes almost full screen, right? Does it go full screen? Oh, it goes full screen, okay. But you could cancel it by pressing down, down at any point. You know, you can fake your opponent out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's really slow on recovery, so I don't recommend you guys do that often. But you know, you could definitely, that's something you could do. He has his Batarang, and the cool thing about this one is it actually tracks your opponent. So let's make him jump. Jump. I'm catching him. All right, here we go. There you go. So you can see better that way. He actually got caught in the air because the Batarang actually tracks, and if you meter burn it, it goes into a exploding low attack that hits 3 times. And the reason this is cool is because it actually launches your opponent, so you could dash up and, you know, get anything you want afterwards. He has his overhead flip, or overhead dive kick, I should call it. And it hits overhead twice. It looks like it hits on the other side. The second hit hits on the other side, but it doesn't. They both hit on the same side. And if you meter burn it, it actually... Oh, you can make it go close and far. So you can make it close, and you can make it go far away, as you see. And if you meter burn it, sends out another explosion. It is a mid attack. It's not a high. And it doesn't really get you anything, to be honest. You can't like dash up and get a combo afterwards. You can't do anything after that. And I think that's about it for his moves. Oh, he has this right here. Reminds me of Takeda's move in Mortal Kombat X. It is an overhead. It's pretty slow. And if you meter burn it, it actually launches your opponent up for a combo. He connect a back 3 afterwards. Oh, you can. Okay. So if you read your opponent's going to do a projectile or something, you could do this and catch him with that. Alright. I think that's about it for his special moves. Alright, now let's move on to the trade. Now, his trade is really, really interesting. This is where things could get really fun if you're a Robin player. Now, he has 3 different ways in which he could use his Batarang, his like trick Batarang. So the first one, you just press the regular trade button without anything else, and you could control it after you press the trade button. So that's the normal one. If you press the trade button and then close to you, it's gonna go close, and the same thing with far. Now this one, what happens is you throw it down and then you press the trade button again, and Robin actually appears wherever the Batarang, you know, teleports wherever the Batarang is at. And as you guys see, it could lead into tricky situations because right there it looks like it's actually in front of Superman. But guess what? You teleport, boom, you're behind them. So this is something you could use to mix your opponent up on knockdown. So let's just say, you know, you have it out, you sweep the opponent, hard knockdown, and you either trick them to make them think that it's gonna be in front of them like this, or behind them like that. And obviously on knockdown, it's a lot harder to see because everything is happening so fast. Your opponent might want to wake up. And the cool thing is that if you actually land behind your opponent and he's trying to do a wake up, it might actually reverse his inputs, meaning that the move won't even come out. Like, he might get something he doesn't want to get. He might get his wake up that's not invincible, and then you punish him for trying to, you know, for trying to do that. So let's see, something you could do with this that I've seen people do is something like this. See if I even get the back 3, something like that. And it's really hard to see, as you guys see. It's really hard to see where I was gonna land right there. And of course you could control, that was just like the normal Batarang teleport. I have a combo in my head that I want to show you guys, but I want to do this one first. I'm gonna cut it short. That was the explosive one. All right. So there we go. See, Robin's things take a lot of practice and a lot of, you know, timing especially. So that is the teleporting Batarang. Now, if you press down back trait, you actually get this explosive one, and this one I haven't found too much of a use for it yet, because Robin actually has to call it when he's on the ground. Like if you do something like that, you can't actually make it explode in the air, which would be kind of cheap, because if you do something like that and make it explode in the air, it can make a really, really hard to block situation. So Robin actually has to call it, as you guys see right there. You can use it in a combo, like after this combo. But if you want to use something in a combo, I'll probably recommend this one. Now, like I said, this one is the same thing. It just explodes and it does hit low. Now, this other Batarang is like a recall Batarang, and what it does is, let's see, show you guys. Robin actually recalls the Batarang and it goes away. But of course, it hits the opponent if the opponent is anywhere near it or in front of it. And let's see, is it plus on block? It doesn't say if it's plus on block or anything. I guess, yeah, it says 0. So it's 0 on block. It's not plus. It's neutral. But you could extend your combos with it. You could keep pressure going because it is 0. And, you know, Robin does have a 6-frame down 1. So on block, if you call this out and then you do something like that, you know, you could check them with a down 1, and if they don't have a 6-frame down 1, you're gonna beat them out. So if they don't have a 6-frame down 1, you could actually, you know, combo down 1 2 into the blade spin, and if they get hit, boom, free 40% damage. Now, in a combo, you could definitely use this specific move, and I learned this from Maximilian. I was watching his stream, and I know he learned it from Twitter from, you know, probably someone who's a really good lab monster and, you know, comes up with like sick combos. But I learned this specific combo from Maximilian's stream. Let's see, how was it? I haven't done it. Let's see. Oh, okay, I remember. Alright, so that's like the base of the combo. Now, you could either... So, this combo is supposed to be a mix-up, right? It's supposed to be a reset because this is a hard knockdown. You know, you call out your Batarang, and you're supposed to make your opponent guess between overhead or low, because if you meter burn this, it hits low, and then, of course, you can continue pressure with that. And if your opponent blocks this, you're plus 20 on block, because the regular Batarang is actually plus 20 on block. So, the base of the combo is to, you know, call this out, and just have that in case you actually combo your opponent. But if you go with that, if you go with the low, you know, you continue your combo with it and recall your Batarang to actually hit your opponent. And if you go with the overhead, you could still recall your blade to continue in a combo. So it looks something like this. So there you guys have it. So that's how the combo would look if you don't go with the low reset and you instead go with the overhead reset. Now, this combo does take a little bit of practice. The hard thing about it is, you know, just the timing, really. And the resources, because you have to have your trait, and you have to have 2 bars of meter for this specific reset. So it is heavy on resources, but it's one of like the best looking combos and just reset combo sequences that I've seen in Injustice 2 so far. It's so fancy looking, it's so cool looking, and I think that's why a lot of people like Robin, is because he has so many cool looking attacks, so many cool looking combos. So that about does it for today's Robin breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned some new combos, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.